There are moments in life when everything seems to be moving in the wrong direction. You pray for an opportunity, but doors keep closing. You work hard toward a goal, but progress feels painfully slow. You wait for healing, for answers, for change, yet nothing happens. In those moments, it is easy to ask one difficult question: why is God delaying what I have been asking for? Many people see delays as signs that God has forgotten them. But throughout Scripture, repeated delays often carry a deeper spiritual meaning. In the Catholic understanding of faith, God does not waste time. Even seasons of waiting are part of His divine plan. The first truth we must understand is this: God's delays are not God's denials. In the book of Genesis, we encounter the story of Abraham and Sarah. God promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations. Yet year after year passed, and Sarah remained unable to conceive. The promise seemed impossible. Human logic said the time had expired. But God was not late. When Isaac was finally born, it revealed something powerful. God had allowed the delay so that His promise could not be explained by human ability. The miracle belonged entirely to Him. How often do we misunderstand this in our own lives? We assume delay means failure, when in reality God may be arranging circumstances so that His glory becomes undeniable. Another hidden meaning behind repeated delays is spiritual preparation. Sometimes the blessing we ask for requires becoming the person capable of carrying it. Consider Joseph in the book of Genesis. Joseph received dreams from God that he would rise to great authority. But before that, he experienced betrayal, slavery, and prison. From a human perspective, everything looked delayed. But God was forming Joseph's character long before giving him his destiny. The Catholic Church teaches that suffering and waiting often become tools of sanctification. God is not only concerned with giving us what we want, He is deeply concerned with transforming our souls. In a world obsessed with speed, God often works slowly because holiness cannot be rushed. Repeated delays can also be an invitation to deeper trust. Faith becomes strongest when certainty disappears. In the Gospel of John, we read about Lazarus. When Lazarus became sick, his sisters sent word to Jesus Christ asking Him to come quickly. Yet Jesus waited. He intentionally delayed His arrival. By the time he reached Bethany, Lazarus had already been dead for 4 days. To those watching, God's delay seemed cruel and incomprehensible, but Jesus had a greater purpose. The delay created the perfect moment for one of the greatest miracles recorded in Scripture, the raising of Lazarus from the dead. Sometimes God delays not because He is absent, but because He is preparing something greater than what we originally asked for. There is another truth many believers overlook: repeated delays expose what we truly worship. Do we seek God Himself, or only the things we hope He gives us? When prayers remain unanswered, our hearts are revealed. St. Augustine of Hippo once taught that God sometimes delays granting desires because He wants to expand our capacity to receive something greater. Waiting stretches the soul. It teaches humility. It teaches surrender. It teaches dependence. The uncomfortable truth is that many spiritual breakthroughs happen not when prayers are answered, but while prayers remain unanswered. Even St. Monica spent years praying for the conversion of her son Augustine. For decades, nothing changed. Imagine how many times she could have believed God was silent. Yet her persistence became part of the miracle itself. Eventually, Augustine converted and became one of the greatest theologians in church history. Had she given up, history may have looked very different. Perhaps the delays in your own life carry a meaning you cannot yet see. Maybe God is protecting you from timing that would harm you. Maybe He is teaching patience. Maybe He is shaping your character. Maybe He is asking you to trust Him beyond visible evidence. Or maybe the very delay you fear is setting the stage for something far greater than your current understanding. The hardest lesson in faith is accepting that God sees time differently than we do. What feels late to us is often perfect in eternity, so if your life feels stuck right now, if doors keep closing, if the answer keeps not coming, do not assume heaven has forgotten you. Sometimes repeated delays are not obstacles, they are sacred invitations. Because in God's hands, waiting is never wasted. And often, what feels like God's silence today becomes the testimony that changes everything tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Goodbye.